so much, everybody, for joining us yet for another amazing webinar session, and we call it Empower Her by Dani in Tech. The statistics are not really pleasing as much as it goes to women in tech. That statistics show that it is only 27% of women in technological careers, and only 17% of technological companies have women as their CEOs. The numbers are not looking good, but we are happy about what ALX we are doing and contributing towards increasing that number. I've joined an amazing panel of young ladies who are taking up space figuratively and literally, and they are going to tell us their stories, from a polymathematician to an author to a singer. My goodness, it's an explosion of talent beyond tech. My name is Joy Oteno. I'm going to be your host. I work as a growth hacker and learners agent at ALX, running an initiative called Faces of ALX SE. But we are not going into that today. Without further ado, let me introduce our panel of Amma, Wagner, and Tabitha. I'm going to start, let me start with the alphabetical order from the back. Wagner, do you want to start us off? Tell us a little about yourself, and then we can go from there.
Yes, I'm unmuted now. Hi, everyone. My name is Wagner Mushaija. I'm currently based in Rwanda. I was a former SE at ALX student, and I'm currently studying at uni at LU. So yeah, that's life for me so far.
Tell us a little about your background, Wagner. Did you always think that you're going to go into tech? Did it happen by chance? What influenced that?
Sorry, can you?
What influenced your decision to go into tech? Take up a career path? Were you always interested? Are you talented naturally, or how did it happen?
Okay, so a bit of background story. In high school, I studied software development. So I was into tech way back. It was so like people hacking, and there were like a lot of words going on the screen. So I was like, yeah, I need to know how to do that. So I think it was kind of an interest at an early age. And I started in secondary, and yeah, I'm also doing it in ALU so far, software engineering bachelor.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Wagner. And then we go to Tabitha. Tabitha, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm fine. I know we go like way back, but we're not going. That's not the purpose of the call today. So, Tabitha, take a lead from an author now to a data scientist. How did that happen? Just give us a little introduction about what and then that.
Okay. So, hi everybody. I'm Tabitha from Malawi, and I'm currently based in Lilongwe, which is the capital of Malawi. And I am a writer, like Joey has already said. But then when I immediately saw the program that was offered at ALX, I was just so taken aback. I was like, wow, this is something that I want to do because, yeah, I write, but then like being able to support my writing with data would be like something that's very powerful. So that immediately captured my interest, and that's why I immediately applied for ALX. Yeah. So it was just an amazing opportunity for me to expand my skill while also staying within the field of which I love, which is writing as well. So I was able to like join the two. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tabitha. And then next we go to Amma.
Hello.
Amma with the gentle energy, the quiet in the room. Tell us a little about yourself and what spurred your interest in.
Okay, my name is Amma Yeboaisel. I'm from Ghana. I'm a Salesforce certified professional with an MBA in human resource management. I have 2 years of work experience in customer service, and I graduated from the ALX Salesforce administration program in April 2024. What inspired me to come into tech was during my master's program, I was fortunate to land one remote role. So I thought it would be very good to take a particular path in the tech industry. So that's what inspired me to come into the tech field.
Amazing. So just to keep still with you, Amma, you chose your career path and then ALX happened. I'll be interested to know, how did ALX happen to you? How did you discover ALX? How did you get yourself here? And what convinced you that, this is the right path for you to take on this program?
Okay, thank you. I chanced upon ALX one day on Facebook. I was just scrolling and I saw one Ghanaian journalist, a woman. She posted about ALX. She was advertising and then encouraging more women to join. And since I already had in mind that I would want to learn tech one day, I said, oh, let me just click on the link and check. When I opened, I saw the variety of courses, data science, software engineering, and I came across Salesforce. When I read about it, it was a CRM platform, and I said, oh, since I've been in the customer service field, it would be nice to see the technology part of it, technological way to make customer experiences better.
And what convinced you about the ALX program that you are in?
Yeah. Before I came across the journalist post, I used to see ads on Facebook, usually when I'm scrolling through. I didn't really pay attention, but when she stated it, after that, I saw more women professionals talking about ALX, and I said, oh, this would be a safe space for a young Ghanaian woman to go into. So that's what inspired me to choose ALX.
We are glad you found this to be a safe space for a young African woman to pursue their tech aspiration. Tabitha, what convinced you? I know for you it's like, I don't know if it's family that influenced you. I'm not sure, but yeah, tell us, how did you discover ALX and what convinced you is the right place for you to take on the data science?
Yeah, actually, quite correct. Eh? So actually, I have a big sister who's always been like someone who's been my role model. She's very like driven. She knows what she wants, and then just like she saw the ALX, and then she immediately applied for it. So as she got in, I just saw all the amazing work that they were doing, and then she would always be like, "Tabitha, you need to apply for this. You need to apply for that." And I was like, "Whoa!" Like, so then that's when I was like, "Okay, let me actually look at what she's talking about." And yeah, so I applied for all the things that she told me to apply for, and I just immediately fell in love with it. It's a very supportive culture. I just love how it's so community oriented, and you just always feel safe. You feel like in a safe space to like share your, not just like your professional, aspirations, but also your personal aspirations. So when she told me to join, so the programs came out last year, and I was like, okay, so like I said, like I wanted to marry the writing to the data analytics. So I was like, okay, this is the right fit for me. So that's why I applied for it. So no, I'm grateful to actually be here, and I'm actually thankful that she applied, because when she got the job and everything, I was just like, you know what, this is a good organization to be a part of, and just to be able to take the tech and stuff. So my sister inspired me to just like, just to see this company. I'm just so grateful for that. Yeah, grateful for the opportunity. It's just been amazing. Yeah.
I'm also a Ghanaian journalist. Tabitha got it from family, her sister. And Wagner, where did you get it from? How did you decide that, ALX would be the best place for you to pursue your software engineering aspiration? And how did you hear about it?
How I discovered ALX is through the ads. Your marketing team, they're doing a great job. The emails, everywhere you look, there's ALX. So I was like, I obviously have some friends in tech or like some classmates, and then you're like, have you checked out this thing about ALX? And they were like, that's very hard. You're not gonna get a chance. So yeah, I was intrigued, but by the reputation it held and how it was very hard. So when I got in, there was this community, right? Every person, when it's hard, it's less hard when you're going it with people. Through people, you can be like, hi, what's this? I need you to help me. Yes, but even for me personally, I needed to test the waters if I wanted to continue tech. So ALX, did help me stand on that ground and be like, I'm gonna continue software engineering.
Amazing. Let's speak with you, Wagner. So our software engineering program is one of the toughest learning journeys. I dare say on the planet. Is there any particular project or projects that you are working on that really challenged you out of everything you know? and really pushed you hard and helped you hone your skills? Are there any particular projects or challenges that you remember that really helped you to hone your skills?
Now, the challenges that I went through in Alex.
Yeah, challenges or projects that you went
Yeah.
through that really helped you to hone your skills. Can you remember any projects that were like really tough or projects?
Oh yeah, the projects in software engineering. I think if anyone is streaming this from social engineering, Simple Shell. Simple Shell, that's when there's like a filter and most of you guys, you don't
There's
even
nothing
make it.
simple about it.
Yeah, there's nothing simple, literally, but they're like simple shell, but no. So yes, that was really hard. That was really hard. But a good thing is it was done in groups, in pairs of two. So one thing that made me overcome it was the connections I made before we went into the specializations. Because before we would do foundations, so you could meet people and connect what are you best at, what are you in need of help for. So yeah, the connections I made are the ones that helped me overcome Simple Shell. Yes, they made it easy.
Simple Shell, they say you are crossing the gates of hell, or is it the gates of Shell?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not joking. They're not joking.
Amazing. All right. Ama, during your time in the program and looking at the resources and the support that you got from the program, what was that standout moment when you felt that ALX is just more than an educational platform for you?
Okay. Before we started the main Salesforce administration program, there was this foundation course. And it was a very great resource. One project that really inspired me was the GCGO project, where we were put into groups. Our group chose the healthcare, specifically healthcare and women. And after the whole project, when I started to reflect, I realized ALX wasn't just about the hard skills. It really taught me the soft skills, identifying challenges, identifying opportunities, learning how to solve problems in my own small corner. So I realized ALX is more than just a learning community. It develops you in every aspect of your life.
Amazing. Coming to you, Tabitha, I know data science is no walk in the park. What are some of the resources and support that you accessed during your time in the program that really convinced you that you are on the right path with ALX toward becoming a data scientist?
Yeah. So yeah, I won't lie, like it was something I was initially excited about, but when I saw the curriculum, I was like, whoa, what is this? Yeah, it was shocking. And there came to a point where there was just a lot happening in my life, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be able to. I want to quit. I won't lie. So sorry, what's the question? Could you just repeat your question again?
When you were starting your data science program, what are some of the resources and support that you came across?
Oh, okay.
Really made you realize that okay, this is more than a program, and you're in the right place. Was that area?
So yeah, onto the curriculum being very challenging. I nearly quit. Yeah. So one thing I was really grateful was just I was able to reach out to a number of people who are also doing data analytics. They were very supportive. So the first 3 tests, I was like, okay, this is amazing. And then it came to SQL now, where we're doing the whole coding and everything. And then I did not do all that test. And I was like, you know what is this? And I remember waking up depressed and I wanted to cry. So I reached out to one of my friends who also did a data analytics back here in Malawi. And I was like, you know what? You already applied for this course. There's no way you're going to quit now. At the end of the day, you're still going to have to be able to say that, you know what, I did this, and if you quit, then you're not going to have anything in 3 months. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it and stuff. So he encouraged me, he kept on encouraging me. And then I reached out to my other friend, and then she was like, you know what, join the peer learning sessions that are happening also in Nigeria. So I ended up joining that community, and they have peer learning sessions every week. So that also helped me. So I was like, you know what, I need to continue on, and this community is just so supportive. they don't want anyone to fail. They don't want to leave anyone behind. So that was like a moment where I realized that, oh, wow, this is so supportive. And, let's do this together. Let's achieve this together. And I was just so grateful for those peer learning sessions because it just made a big difference for me. And I also made some amazing friends and just amazing networks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. If you quit, you are letting down the community, not yourself. So like keeps you going. All right. Amma, coming to you. Is there a point you reached in the program, the Salesforce program? First of all, take us through what stood out, some of the tech skills that you came out with as a CRM system is concerned. And did you have moments when you felt like, I'm done and I'm out of here? And what kept you going?
Yeah, but those challenges, they really came. We had these playback sessions where we are given the opportunity to practice what we learned during the week, apply the theories in practical setting. And it was every week we were put into groups. Yeah, and it was really helpful. It was really helpful to me. Can you come again with the question, the other part of it?
The tech skills that you gained, somebody would be curious, like, yeah, I want to do the Salesforce program. What is it that I'm going to gain from there? The tech skills of running a CRM. And did you have moments when you felt like, yo, this project is tough, it's hard, and it's taking a lot of my time. I don't have a social life, I'm giving up. And what kept you motivated?
In terms of the tech skills, Salesforce is really huge, very broad. It runs through sales, marketing, customer service, retail, commerce. So I had all the experience, the chance to practice all these skills, learn about all these skills. And then there were challenging moments. We have something in Salesforce called super badges. It's on the Trailhead platform, our learning platform, where you would have to apply everything you've learned in. They give you a scenario like a real work experience. Sometimes the answer is very easy. You've been doing it always, but how it's framed and everything, it was really hard. And I would admit that during those moments, I felt like, is this really for me? Is this really for me? But thankfully, with the community, with the support of some friends I had, I was able to sail through. Yeah.
Amazing. Wagner, coming to you. I'm a little familiar with the software engineering program because I ran the initiative phases of the LSSC. And man, I tried myself. I reached printf. It showed me fire. It showed me ugly things. And I was like, yo, I'm out here. So I can just imagine for you staying into the program and, seeing it up to the end. Did you have those moments that you're like, yo, I think I'm done and I'm out? And what kept you motivated to go to the end? And what are some of the skills that you came out with?
I think the I'm done moment, I'm done with this, are like daily or weekly. I mean, if you don't have them daily, you are a good person, you're like very smart. But yeah, they're very constant. They're very constant. You wake up and the checkers decided to be red all of a sudden, and so yeah, it's crazy. One of those nights where the deadline is like 6 a.m. and it's like 4, the checker is still red. So yes, the ups and downs are very, very many, but you get to, I think a way to overcome those downs is once again the people, the person you were in a PLD with, the person in the foundation with, even with the mentors. Yeah, you could book one-on-one, and then they would be like really help you through the program. And your friends, because you're currently going through the same pace, you'd be like, please pull up at the hub so you can explain this to me, because it's really, really crazy. Yeah, so that's how you can overcome it. In terms of technical skills, we can come like project management, like the concept of managing, like let's say you're doing a group work and then you're managing this, you get your task done on time, on point, because at the end of the day, if you don't do your part well, it's gonna affect all of the projects. So project management, and there's also web front, the designs, HTML, CSS. I'm like a guru, so pull up. That niggas pull up when you need a web.
Pull up. Um, so what I'm getting from all of you is that the collaborations, the programs are heavy on collaboration. Like, you know, you cannot just apply and sit at your corner and try to go the journey. You are literally forced to talk to people. If you come in as an introvert and you want to hide in your corner, there is a project that will fish you out. And you have to find a partner or find 4 people, 3 people to work with. So it's like there is so much, it's big on like collaboration and community and working. And it's good that you are, you know, talking to the testament to that, how much. Have you maintained, staying with you, Wagner, to take this, then I'll go to the others. Have you maintained some of these connections, and, you know, how have they helped you even beyond the program?
Yeah, those connections, guys, keep them. All of those ALX groups on WhatsApp, which are like many, do not leave one of them. Just don't. Because every once in a while, they'll drop opportunities. They'll drop like there's this event happening. You never know what might suit you or like what you might need from those people. So don't leave the group. And yes, I've maintained those contacts. And yeah, even like keeping in touch with friends, you're like, hi, I remember you were doing this test, how was it? And then you're like, yeah, I got through it. It brings you a sense of motivation or like joy that if my friend can, I also can. So there's also a sense of motivation. So yeah, you gotta definitely keep those people, guys.
It brings you a sense of motivation and joy. Joy,
Yeah.
me, not pun intended.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Amma, coming to you, this connection that, you know, I've heard you speak glowingly about, you know, you were paired in this, to do this project where you were in 2 and it was hard, I don't know, it's badges or something, you mentioned a name there. Have you kept in contact with these, and do they remain at ALX, or have you carried them with you? Have they contributed to, you know, your career in any way?
And yes, the connections I made during the program have been really helpful. Like Wagner said, some send me job opportunities, sometimes Salesforce resources, and I've had the opportunity to collaborate with some on Salesforce projects. So the connections, we are still in touch. And it's sometimes some even move to the sister thing, more personal relationship. Just sometimes just someone checking up on you, it's a very great deal. So yeah, I'm still keeping the connections and they are very helpful.
What about you, Tabitha?
Yeah, I'm currently still keeping the connections. Like so far it's been so great. We're actually even like now we're even vetting for each other for different opportunities. Like I'll be like, hey, can you assist me in I'm applying for this opportunity? Can I put your name up for me and stuff? And then they'll be like, no problem, I'll do it for you. And then I'm also open to do it for them. And so far, we've even created several WhatsApp groups, so we can even continue on to polish our skills together as data analytics, and just polish each other up so that we can like actually prove to them that what we are learning at ALX is very powerful, like in Africa and also beyond. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
amazing.
yeah.
I saw a post that Wagner wrote. No, not a post. I don't know if it's a post or a video you did, and you brought out a fundamental issue. You said when you're a woman and in tech, most of the time people are going to view you from a biological angle. So instead of saying Wagner, the software engineer, they're going to say Wagner, a woman in tech. And it showed me that, and I think that was like a really valid point. And just to bring it back to you, Wagner, from the perspective of being a woman in tech,
You're laughing.
are there any unique resources and support that you got from the program that really helped you to set up? Because they like this whole misconception that this program is tough for women. And I'm like, okay, is there anything that, you know, really made it easier? Which is not supposed to be easy, but I'm like, is there something?
Okay, so like a unique help ALX has offered as for a woman in tech.
Yes.
I would say they would also contribute or like help you invest in your other fields of interest apart from software engineering or like data analytics. Because I would have interest in writing or like interest in content creation, and they would put me on opportunities that would build me or like my skills up in that field. So they're not just intentionally or like, yeah, you're a software developer, that's it. No, they're like, what else are you also interested in? We can help you, you know? And if you're like away from the hub, just message them. Be like, hi, I want to write for you guys. Just where can I write? So for me, and I think everybody else, like Tabitha and Amma, can also relate. They would invest in you, like as a whole person, as a woman in tech, as a person who has other interests. They would really put energy in all of that.
Are you currently working? You have a job. Are there any skills that both technical and soft that are really helping you out in that role?
Can you repeat that question?
Did you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Now I can.
All right, Tabitha, just coming back to you from a career point of view, I know currently you are having a job, and I don't know if there's any skills, both technical and soft skills, that you gotten from the program that are really helping you out in your day-to-day duties.
Yeah. So in terms of like, I'd say hard skills, I'd say critical analysis is a big one. Now, like in terms of data analytics, like you really need to know why this is like this. You have to go deep. So in terms of like when I'm like writing different articles and it needs to be supported by evidence, I take my time to critically apply like why this has been written. So I'll usually back it up by evidence or through data that has been collected. And also communication, I guess, like during the peer learning sessions, one big thing was being able to easily communicate what you have found. Let's say if it's very complex, but then you want to explain it to like an audience that has never approached such work. So like I'm understanding that you can explain complex things in simple terms that even a 5-year-old can, understand. So I guess I'd say critical analysis and communication has been a big one for me. Yeah.
Amazing. In your current role, I'm not sure if it's data science deep or data science centric. I'm not sure. But what does a day-to-day look like? If somebody is curious, you have graduated from the program and you have landed this role. What does a typical day-to-day look like in your role?
Okay. So currently, we're in a data analytics group. So basically, right now we're doing stimulator projects. So stimulator projects is basically just copying like what you would do within a real job, but it's not actually. So you can get this on a website called Fireside or something like that. I hope I've said it right, pronounced it correctly. But then you polishing up your skills, so you can like get different types of projects, and then you just practice. So that's what I'm currently doing. This working on these stimulator projects, and currently just polishing it up, and yes, adding it to my portfolio so that different companies can see it, and hopefully appreciate like the work that I can do. Yeah.
Is there a place people can see this? Do you post it somewhere, or do you do it privately? Do you build in public?
So far, so far currently working in the groups, but then I'm definitely going to start posting them up so that people can see like everything. So my friends shared the websites. I need to get them. I'm sorry, I think I forgot it. But then there are several websites like where data analytics, data science people can share their portfolios, and
Amma, what about you after graduating from the Salesforce program? Can you walk us through like some of the skills, both soft and technical skills that you gained from the Salesforce program with ALX that are really coming in handy in your role?
Okay. But Salesforce, it's all about satisfying the needs of customers. And one hard skill I learned was customer discovery. I learned that to be able to satisfy a customer, you should be able to know the customer. And it's one skill that has helped me. I've been applying it anytime I'm with a stakeholder. I make sure I get to know their needs. I get to understand them. I get to know the points where they are coming from. And then also one soft skill is attention to details. When you are in your dev org, you have to really pay attention to details. Sometimes a little error somewhere, you don't see it, and your whole work it becomes very tough. So I've learned that when I'm doing anything, I really need to pay attention to details. And then with the other soft skills, communication, presentation, research work here. So I've been applying all that from both the foundations program and then the Salesforce administration program.
So walk us through a typical day to day. How does it look like? You wake up and then how does that, if somebody is curious, how does that day in the life of a woman in tech look like? So if you could take us through that.
Currently I'm a project management intern with Getsemani AI and robotics. And my day-to-day responsibilities include research, which I'm very grateful to ALX. During the foundations program, we did this GCGTO, as I stated earlier. It's really been helpful. So it's more of a mix of research, communication with stakeholders, as I said, meeting the needs of stakeholders, presentation. So it's the mixture of everything. And then I also have other volunteering roles I pick up as and when needed. So so during the day, it's all about my intern role, my volunteering role. And thanks to my intern role, it's very flexible. I also get to learn. As tech is a continuous learning process. Yeah, I always get to learn during the day. I get time to learn a bit of Salesforce and a bit of other tech skills.
I love the spirit of giving back, that you get time to create, to volunteer in some places. That's amazing. Paying it forward, what you've been given. Wagner, as a software engineer, now that you are and a polymathematician, you have not told us about that, because I think I didn't even have time to Google what a polymathematician does. But I'm going to put you in the spot to tell us about that just in a bit. But how do you envision now using the knowledge and the skills that you've gained at LS to create broader impact within your community or in the wider global field?
I would say about how I can make an impact on my community where I'm working or studying is using not only just the software engineering. I mean that is how I'll make money, but giving back to the community, you have to advocate, because they're like, when you're a woman in tech, there are like these small things that you get to pick up that do not like to be talked about enough, that they need a voice. So with the skills of ALX that I got, like let's say public speaking or like presentations, hosting, like this type of stuff, webinars, I'm going to use that to advocate for women in tech, because yeah, there's still spaces for improvement, So yeah, public speaking, everything, content creating. Yeah, I'm gonna use that to make an impact, to advocate for everyone.
I think you're missing out on one thing, Wagner. You are currently already creating a lot of impact, because you are creating a lot of waves in Rwanda. In our Rwanda city, you're doing a lot of amazing. So I don't know why you are not showing up. I said we gotta bring receipts, girl. You are missing out on receipts.
I gotta pull up with everyone.
Yeah, so you're actually doing amazing in our Rwanda city team. I don't know what inspired that. Is it your passion to give back or whatever? So just take us through that. Like, you are a key member in that area.
I mean, what played a big role? I would say the staff itself, because you can't actually get a voice. I mean, like a place to say your mind without a team giving you where to say it. So there's the team for encouraging you, still pushing you, being like, yes, there's this happening, you have to show up, make some notes of what to say. And there's also that confidence, or like, I don't know, there's a lot of skills that come with the ALX, with the ALX foundations, definitely foundations. When you see a course being like how to public speak, we're all like, nah, I know how to do that. It's very easy, but you can pick up some notes.
Yeah. Amazing. We celebrate you. You are doing amazing in the Rwanda city team. You are a mini celebrity over there. So keep up at that. We love to see, like, coming back into the hubs and giving back. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about everything. Ama, what will make you, what will be your advice for a young lady right now, they are on YouTube, they are streaming and they're listening to you speaking about the Salesforce program by ALS. What would be your advice and how to start?
I would advise that to start, you would have to know what your passion is, what you really want, what your goal in life is. And then you match it against the programs ALX is offering. Then you select one. Yeah, so that's the first point to start from. And then once you start, I advise that you learn continuously. It's a continuous learning journey. Each time you learn, you empower yourself. So don't stop learning. Don't get tired of learning. And then another thing is to seek out for support when you need it. When you need to ask questions, reach out. When I started my Salesforce journey, I used to connect within the community, and it helped me to connect with people on LinkedIn. I used to connect. I see a post, I connect with you. How do I do this? How do I go about this? How did you get here? So yeah, you can't do away without the community. I'm the type that would always want to do it on my own. I'm always in my small corner. But then I've learned that no. In tech, you can't succeed on your own. You would have to reach out when you need support. And then as young women, especially Blacks, we are faced with lots of challenges. I would advise that we rise above them. Let's be resilient. And in ALX, we have our core values, the courage, the humility, the adventure, the initiative, the resilience. Just let all those guide you, and you're going to succeed.
Just embody our core values: courage, humility, adventure, initiative, resilience, and you're good. They say when you're born in Africa, the only constant is the challenges. Opportunities are not. Like, talent is evenly distributed. Everybody is super talented, but opportunities are not. So, you have to stand up and stand out to be counted. Okay. Tabitha, what about you? Somebody's listening to you and they want to get into data science. And they're like, I'm not sure, can I do it? Is there anybody who has done it before? What would be your advice on how to go about that journey?
Well, I guess my first word of encouragement would just be to believe in yourself, like as I'm already said, like, as women, African women, we face so many challenges, so many barriers culturally, internationally, everywhere, even at work, there's so much misogyny, like just the dislike for women, So I just say, like, just to believe in yourself and know that, okay, this is what I bring to the table. Like, so many times when you're going for a dream, people will tell you, no, you can't do this. No, you're not good enough. No, you're not smart enough. No, you're a woman, unfortunately. So I feel like believing yourself is the most important thing that you can do to achieve your dream, just to believe in yourself. And once you believe in yourself, like my late father also used to say, work hard, like, work hard and achieve your dream. Because once you work hard, now you have the receipts to back it up. Like, I can do this. I have the work ethic, I can do it, and I'm going to achieve my dreams. And also, like, not feeling intimidated when you see other strong women in the room. Like, sometimes you'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to be the number one. I want to be the one that stands out. But then I feel like when you have so many strong, amazing, beautiful women together, and then we're able to achieve even much more milestones together. Like, I always say I'm inspired by some of my bosses that were even one from Kenya, one from Uganda, and they were just so amazing to me. Like, whenever I used to just like watching the way they work, because the work ethic was just on point. The way they carried them was so on point. Even the way they dressed was on point. I was like, wow, So I just say, like, supporting other women too, supporting young women, helping them to see their potential, and being able to create beautiful things for the next generation, also for Africa. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah.
You have gone through the data science program by ALS.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if one wants to get into the data science,
Yeah.
what would be your pointer? What would you tell them? Like, look out for this, get ready with this,
Yeah.
before the
Yeah.
program, get ready during, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say maybe start looking at things critically and not just accepting things as is. So when you're getting to data science, be prepared for a lot of critical analysis, like not just taking things for face value, but just trying to understand why, the 5 whats, what, why, how, when, where. So being able to apply your critical thinking, being able to communicate your findings also. It doesn't even need to be in a complex manner. You just need to just be able to explain what you learned in simple terms. So even like anyone could understand, I guess, explaining it to your 5-year-old nephew or even your mom who's never done data analytics, or your dad. As well as just also being open to work hard. Because, you know, for me, I've never done data analytics, but then I was like, oh, okay, no, this is something that I just want to learn. So you have to be prepared for the hard work. It's not going to be something that's easy, but then as long as you apply yourself, then you should be fine. And then also finding a few good people who are also taking the program, like maybe someone who can encourage you. It's always good to have like a mentor, even outside work or outside your program, so that they can keep continually encourage you to just pursue your program. And yeah.
Wagner, what about you? One wants to become a software engineer and they have seen you and they're like, they want to be like Wagner. And even more, I would say don't like, I don't know, saying like, I want to be like Joy. I think it's self-limiting because everybody's like unique in their own way, but they just want to pursue like a similar path. Like, what would be your advice, Wagner?
So my first advice or something to watch out is it's not gonna be easy. Yo, it's fun. It's fun on the IGs. We're doing events, but it's very hard. It's gonna be very hard. But as Tabitha said, the people will get you out of that hole. And yeah, as Amma said, it's your place. It's your place. You have to own it. It's there to take. So it's not just a boy's role or like, I don't want to do this. No, just go it. Attack tech. Yeah, I think Amma said that once. You have to attack tech, get your opportunity, and make sure you're being seen for the right reason, for the right reason, because there's a lot of opportunities that rise up, and then they're like, yeah, we need a female face. Then you're like, yeah, no, I'm a software engineer, not just a woman. So exactly, be right on what you want to be seen. And also, I'm emphasizing something. You have to know what you want, because tech is really big. Software engineering is also really big. You can work in different various roles. So you have to know what you want and work towards there. And a great thing is also working around the GCGOs, which makes you narrow down what you want to solve.
What are
So
the GCGOs? I've had Amma throw it, and maybe the audience are wondering, okay, what are they talking about?
So because the whole ALX or like ALU is around solving a real life problem, right? So you're not just studying software for the sake of getting a certificate. You're being like, what am I studying software for? What do I want to solve in Africa? So yes, they're like grand challenges and grand opportunities which help you narrow down your mission. You have a personal mission that keeps going under change. You have to keep polishing it. So it also goes in line with what you're studying. So my GCGOs is advocating for young women to pursue more STEM careers at an early age, because like let's say here in Rwanda, you get to choose what you're going to learn in secondary. So like you're in senior 3, you get to choose your path. So that's a really young age. You don't know what you want. You can just go in a field just for the peer pressure and be like, yeah, I'm not going to this. It's a lot of boys. So at that early age, I want to be there and be like, hey, I got something for you. So yeah, that's one of my GCGOs.
I love the way you keep on saying boys, and it takes me back to my 13-year-old self, 14-year-old, and it's like boys was like, an illegal word. She's hanging out with boys. Okay. One thing about you, Wagner, and I've been curious about is you are a polymathematician. I don't even have to take the correct one. What does that even mean? As we prepare to close.
Okay, so a polymathematician is you have different roles, or like you can be very diverse in the type of work you're doing. I think I also put that on my LinkedIn, I think. Yeah. So like, let's say for me, I would enjoy coding. Another part, I love public speaking. So let's say advocacy. And I also like writing. So journaling or making what? Reports. So yeah, that's what's being polymathic means, which is also a really good thing. Even though, yes, we have to narrow down what our career have to be, we have to also have other interest in what you're doing, right? So yes, as we have a writer, we have a singer. I'm not gonna catcall anyone, but yeah, I feel like you have to be polymathic.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. It has been amazing speaking to you, ladies. Tabitha, Wagner, and for everybody who is joining us live on YouTube. If you are looking for inspiration, if you are unsure, you're thinking you have challenges that you cannot overcome, I think they literally look like you. Tabitha, Wagner. If you're looking, if there is one with short hair, if you want one with the braids, if you want one with the wig, if you want one with word, whichever, they are all here. The entire Africa is represented. So if you're still unsure, even after this conversation, after hearing from them, I'm not really sure what more we could do. But I just hope that you're listening in the stories of Wagner, pursuing software engineering, Tabitha data science, and Amma Salesforce has inspired you to start to kick off your journey today. They have said it all. As women, we owe it to ourselves. We have to inspire others. We have to go back and live. And we should also not be intimidated, as Tabitha said, by other powerful women. And you should be bold. You need to be courageous. It's not going to be handed to you. It's not going to be easy. Nobody's going to say, we are not going to sugarcoat. Our LX programs are not, they are tough, but you have to be tougher. Go through it. Amazing. Before you go, Tabitha and Wagner, I have some quick, rapid fire questions, some fun questions for you so that people get to know you outside of being a polymath fish. Where is that word? My goodness.
It's
Plus
fun.
a software engineer. And then we have Tabitha, the author, stroke data scientist, and Amma, CRM specialist, Salesforce, and a singer. I have some quick, rapid questions for you. And you don't have to think. You have like 1 second to think, and whatever comes first, you might. All right, let me start in the reverse order. The other time I started with Wagner, so let me start with Amma. Amma, what's one tech tool you can't live without? One tech tool.
Google Workspace.
What?
Google Workspace.
Google Workspace. A good one. All right. Let me go to Tabitha. Tabitha, what's the first thing you do to start your day? You're on mute and you're saying a lot of nice things.
Social media, TikTok.
Oh, the first thing is, all right. I see the Generation Z, your basic needs of life are data and your phone and social media. Not
social
food,
media.
not nothing else.
And data, literal data for
Exactly. All right. They need to review the junior primary curriculum, basic needs of life, shelter and clothing. It's now data and a fully charged phone. Okay, Wagner, to you. Who is a woman in tech that inspires you?
Susan Wojcicki, she was the former CEO of YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. All right. Yeah, she's amazing. She really charted a path for YouTube and made it as huge as it is. All right, back to Amma. What's your go-to strategy for building professional connections? When you're networking, what's your go-to? What's the one thing? LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
That's a good one. How do you do that? Do you just like comment, or do you just make your posts, or?
I comment, I repost, I post, and then I reach out into DMs.
Yeah. I call it ethical stalking. There is ethical stalking, right? Like, I want Fred Swanika to know who I am. So I'm gonna just like be everywhere, commenting everywhere, posting anything and whatever, anything you post, I'm there. Okay. Tabitha, what's one piece of advice you'd give to a woman starting their tech journey now? A quote or whatever.
I would say just start. Just, don't doubt yourself, don't wait, just start, go ahead. Because like if you wait, the time is gonna pass by and then you're gonna have regrets. So I'd say just start today and see how far you can go. Yeah.
Just start, do it scared, do it shaking, do it
Yeah.
afraid.
Yeah.
Just start.
Do it afraid, do it
All right.
alone, do it crying, do it
Do it
depressed,
alone.
do it with you've lost someone, you've lost your dad, things like that. You just have to keep on going. Don't, like, my worst thing that I always had to do is I get traumatized sometimes, and then I delay my, I should have been here but because of trauma, because of pain, I just do it. Yeah.
I agree with you. Do it scared, do it hard, do whatever, but just keep moving. Okay, Wagner, what's the one tech skill you think everyone should learn? What is the basic minimum that everyone should know?
I'll ask you to repeat that.
What is one tech skill, a tech skill that you think everyone should learn or should know?
I would say power prompting. So what that means? So obviously everyone is using AI. Okay, so you have to know how do I say it? How to customize your prompt so it gives you what's the specifics of what you want. So power prompting, whether you're Googling or using ChatGPT or any other artificial intelligence platform, you have to know how to tailor your prompt into exactly what you need.
I agree with you. People don't know that effective Googling or effective prompting is actually a skill. Like
that's a skill.
The way you craft your search terms or your search keywords, it determines whatever that will come.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, amazing young ladies. Amma, Tabitha, Wagner, for joining us in the webinar today. But before you go, one last time to hear your voices. I see we have, like, I think 5 more minutes on the clock to finish. Let me give you 1 minute to just think about that powerful punch quote you want to drop, and people will be like, yo, preach on, sister. So just think about this. What will be your final words of wisdom? It will be a quote, it will be whatever it is. So just take 1 or 2 minutes to think about it. And to the audience who has been joining us live on YouTube, we are seeing you. There is Deborah, there is Aravat, there is Martin. I always love it when men join what is almost like female-centered conversations. I see Kuda Mango. Woo! Kuda is joining us. This has been positively thrilling. I see Kalitli Nyambura. Just do it. Okay, people know how to pronounce pronunciation. I'm being told it's polymaths. Martin says he wants to join ALX. Please, yes, sure, go ahead. Just go on our website, alxafrica.com. All these courses that you're talking about, they are on there. Aravat asks, how do you validate the candidate of new tech courses? Aravat, once you put in your application on the website, alxafrica.com, our selection team will be in touch with you, but also you'll be given selection criteria, some basic qualifications that you need before you get into the program. Right. It has been amazing to you guys joining us live on YouTube as we spoke to Amma, Tabitha, and Wagner. But before we let them go, let them give us their wisdom, their words of wisdom, all your wisdom points from your pot of wisdom. We want to see what is inside there. And I'm going to search, whom should I put on the spot? Tabitha is used to being in the middle, but now she's going to be at the top. Tabitha, what are your final words of wisdom?
So I guess for, like, any young individual pursuing, like, their dream, young women, I would say that you are enough. A lot of times people will compare you. You're not this enough, you're not this enough, you're not smart enough, but I'd say you are enough. So I challenge you today to, like, start with your dream, any dream, whether big or small, and just continue from there. You are enough. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let anybody make you feel small. Don't make anybody, don't even let your own mind, your own mind makes you, your own mind is your worst enemy. And if you're strong, if nobody can defeat you, you are your own worst enemy at times. So don't let your own mind defeat you. And my biggest, I'll just say, is that you're enough, and continue to shine bright. Yeah.
You are enough. You are enough. That hits a point. You are enough. Like, you are enough. Exactly. You are enough. All right. Amma, I just love Amma. Amma have this gentle spirit, gentle aura. I love it. It's not like some of us who are just like all over, and shouting. Amma, what are your final words of wisdom?
I love Tabitha's words of wisdom, and to add, I would say that we should rise above our challenges. I have this book I read, Tough Times Never Last, but Tough People Do. The journey is not easy. It's not a smooth one, but you need to be tough. You need to be resilient. Don't let any challenge stop you. Any challenge you face, rise above it, and you can do it. Nothing is too hard.
Man, I don't know if my village people have sent you to bring tears to my eyes, but it's okay. It's okay. Tough times don't last, but tough people last. That hits deep. And you are enough. Wagner, what are your final words of wisdom?
So I'll make my final words short. It's like a quote. Don't be the woman, be among other women. So no competition, guys. We're really helping each other. I know there's like a pride in being like, yeah, the women in tech are like, the women is often no, be among other women. So be proud of being around everyone.
Be proud, no competition. There is space for all of us to shine. We can make space, like, you cannot take up all the space by yourself. It has been amazing, amazing, amazing. A question has come in from the chat, and I wouldn't want us to close out and people think like, oh, you did not. So we'll just make it very short because we are short of time. And Mahmoud Omar asks, where do you ladies see? And it's a man. Hallelujah. I love it. Aman has been following this conversation throughout and is so happy, and he wants to know, where do you ladies see yourselves 3 years from today? Just make it very short. We'll start with Wagner.
I want to be a developer evangelist. Basically, you know what?
Right.
Yes, you're advocating for tech. You're also advocating for the people who are doing the tech. So yes, in a big company, I don't know, you name it, just as long as it's a tech. I mean,
Developer
analyst. Yeah.
All right. Tabitha?
So I want to be like a big writer, hopefully, but I don't know if that's gonna happen in 3 years, but I definitely would love to be a big writer. Also go into my own freelancing, own companies. So go. And I also want to do fellowships for like, young people, because I've seen that a lot of young people, they're going through a lot, mental health and all this type of stuff. So I want to do something with young people. Yeah. So
amazing.
Hopefully, if God allows, yeah.
I would want to be a seasoned and tech professional. I've started with Salesforce. I would love it, and I would want to explore other areas in tech as well. And then one thing I would also love to do one day is to help develop a solution to improve women's healthcare, starting from Ghana in Africa.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that question, Mahmoud Omar. Rwana Bid says it has been an insightful chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies, for creating time. Wagner, Tabitha, Amma, we take it for granted. We always love it that when the community comes back and gives it back. They say you cannot measure your worth by the amount of dollars in your account, by how many lives you've impacted, even if it's just one. And what you've done today, being free, being open, and openly sharing your story, it goes a long way towards. We keep on talking about women in tech, bringing in more women in tech. But the question is like, what are you doing in your corner? And it starts with being able to get in on webinars like this and sharing your story. You have heard from them, ladies and gentlemen. You have heard from them. You have heard from Wagner, Tabitha, Amma sharing their journey. It is possible. Just start. As Amma said, tough times don't last. Tough people last. So you have to start. Tabitha said, you are enough. Everything you need is inside you already. You are enough. You just have to start. And Wagner said, you have to attack space. It will not be given. You have to attack tech. It will not be given to you. You have to come with your receipts and you have to attack it. You have to take it, not violently. We don't mean, just be aggressive. So, you're very aggressive and you're very persuasive. Thanks so much, ladies, and welcome to speaking to you all. And if you are interested in starting your tech journey today, go to our website, alxafrica.com. Applications are always open. applications are always open. If you want to pursue Salesforce, if you want to pursue data science, if you want to software engineer, data analytics, you name it, you will find it there. So go to alxafrica.com. You will always find applications open. And even if you don't find the application open, you can always register interest. And then once a cohort is open, the team will get it. I've been your host, Joy Atieno Otieno. Until next time, stay safe, be well, and remember, do not eat your seed. Do not be pressured into eating your seed by those who are currently enjoying their harvest. Until next time, guys, see ya. Bye.